everyone, I'm Ron Cantor and you're watching Out of Zion on God TV. Standing here on the Golan Heights, I can't help but think of Israel's most revered spy, Eli Cohen. Eli was born in Alexandria, Egypt. His parents were Syrian Jews from the once great town of Aleppo, the same Aleppo that has been torn to shreds by civil war. He was raised as a Zionist. When Israel became a nation, most of his family made Aliyah. That means that they moved to Israel. But Eli stayed behind and worked on behalf of Israel in Egypt. In 1956, he was arrested by the Egyptian authorities and eventually expelled along with the rest of the Alexandrian Jewish community in Egypt. He started a new life in Israel at the age of 29. In 1957, he assumed that Israel would want to train him as a spy, but he was rebuffed. Despite scoring high on all the tests, IQ, bravery, amazing memory, there was concern that he had a bit of a hero complex and that he could put himself and maybe others in danger. However, the Mossad never forgot Eli Cohen. And about a year after he married Nadia, they remembered the Egyptian Jew who had so much potential. And truth be told, the Syrian border right here, right where I'm standing, was heating up. They desperately needed intelligence, and here was an Arabic-speaking Jew who could blend right in. Finally, the man who would become his mentor approached him. He went through rigorous training, but the most important part was to learn to speak Arabic with a Syrian accent. He would be of no use speaking with his Egyptian dialect and accent. Eli Cohen became Kamal Amin Ta'abet. The Mossad created a complete life story for Kamal, complete with photo albums full of family pictures. No small task decades before Photoshop. Eli was first going to Argentina, where he would blend into the Syrian community there. His wife knew that he was working for the government, but she had no idea that he was a spy. Everyone loved Kamal in Buenos Aires. It wasn't long before he befriended a Colonel Hafez al-Assad, who would one day become president of Syria. They became close friends. Everyone believed that Eli was a wealthy importer-exporter. Once he was established in the Syrian community, he announced that he was going back to the homeland, returning to Syria. Eli used the cash provided to him to buy favors. Many high-level Syrians wanted to help Eli as they knew that they would benefit from his success. Kamal would see to that. Eli often had parties where drunk officials would speak freely about government issues. Eli would only pretend to be intoxicated as he carefully documented the government secrets. Syria had a plan to divert precious water coming down from the Golan Heights away from the Sea of Galilee. He befriended two colonels who knew of the project. He provided this information to Israeli intelligence, who promptly blew it up. He was so trusted that they took him to the Golan Heights. You see, the Syrians would bomb Israel from this area, terrorizing our northern residents. Eli was allowed to take pictures and transmitted to Israel the exact location, quote, positioning of every Syrian gun, trench, and machine gun nest in each Golan Heights fortification. Tank traps designed to impede any Israeli attack were also identified and memorized for future targeting, end quote. He actually convinced the Syrians to plant trees at a certain installation so the Israelis wouldn't see it. Of course, those trees enabled the Israelis to exactly see it and take it out. At one point, Eli's name was actually considered for defense minister. By now, Eli's wife had figured out what he was doing. He told his wife that he had one last mission and then he would quit. However, sadly, it was during that last mission that his radio frequency was picked up. A sweep of his building led the Syrians right to him in the middle of transmitting information. He was caught and tortured. The Syrians were extremely embarrassed that an Israeli spy had become best friends with so many government officials. In the end, he was hung. And now you know why he's considered our greatest spy. You can find every episode on god.tv/Zion, and you can find me at roncantor.com.